What's up, Gold Diggers? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live for a special Gold Digger interview with Nellie Corriveau. And I'm so excited to introduce you to this friggin' rock star because she is just a force to be reckoned with. And she's going to love on us, share some inspiration. And I think you guys are going to walk away with a lot of inspiration and excitement as well. So, Nellie, thank you for being on and doing this with me.
Oh my gosh, it is my pleasure. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Oh my gosh. And you're so fun. And I love your glasses. And everybody knows like jewelry and all that just doesn't work for me and accessories. So if you could just come by my house at some point and help me, that would be fabulous. So I'm going to welcome everybody on. If you guys can put 1 in the comments, if you're watching this live, put 2 if you're watching the replay. If you're new and you've never seen Nellie before on social media, which I think you guys will now after this, because we're going to get you guys connected with her. But I want all of you following her because this girl is just like, there's so much that she is going to be able to offer you guys, but I think it's really important that you learn about stepping into who you are and unapologetically embracing that I want you guys following her. So go find her, but put new in the comments so she can connect with you and say hello after the interview. And then I want you guys to share this out. So the places to share this would be, if you're in direct sales network marketing, share it onto your team page. If you like to post things that are encouraging, inspiring, and you have a lot of maybe other entrepreneurs that follow you or just women in business or people who want to be successful, share it onto your personal pages as well. And then just put shared in the comments and we'll shout you out for that. Okay. So Nellie, why don't you let my viewers that have never heard of you or seen you before, can you share a little bit about your background? Because I put your bio in the events tab and as I was writing it, I was like, oh my gosh, I mean, you've done so many incredible things. So just brag on yourself a little bit, but why don't you share a little bit about who you are and your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So I say my entrepreneur journey started when I was learning how to drive. And so I started raising money for kids and teens battling cancer by doing a fashion show. And I just fell in love with fundraising and planning an event and really just blindly figuring it out as I went. And I had no intentions of making it any more than a one-time fundraiser. And at age 16, we raised $3,000. And to a 16-year-old, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so I just fell in love with the families. And one in particular patient, she was 7 and going through cancer for the second time. And her name was Eden. And she just changed the trajectory of my life forever. And she, at such a young age, was so smart and anything I could do to help, I wanted to do. And so I blame her for everything else because she saw such a bigger vision than just a one-time fashion show. And so it turned into this crazy, beautiful, amazing thing with so many people coming on board to be volunteers and sponsors and donors. And just, again, figuring it out as I went. She unfortunately passed away my senior year of high school. And I really say that the organization is her legacy. It's the reason why we keep giving and supporting families. So we're still in existence today.
Oh, awesome.
It's called NC4K, Nellie's Champions for Kids. And we focus on financially and emotionally supporting the family. So anything from a gas card, grocery cards, Christmas presents, back to school supplies. And now being a mom myself, I'm like, I can't imagine having a child go through cancer because the bills keep coming in. And and the last thing you want to do is have to go back to work when your child is, having a serious illness. And so we're able to immediately impact every family that walks through our doors. And it's just so amazing. So we're based here in Columbus, Ohio, and we support families all in Ohio.
Okay.
So after a decade of doing that, I was really looking at, okay, what else can I do? And I started by planning a retreat for women. And I just fell in love with seeing other women see their potential and awakening that in them. Because everything you already need is inside of you. There's not necessarily a training that you need to watch or a book that you need to read. Those things are great, but you already have everything you need to get started and to be successful. And I feel like I have a really big gift by doing that and asking certain questions and providing support for women. So I just started off by doing a retreat And the rest is history. I have done multiple retreats. I have group coaching. I speak on stages. I'm doing a conference in November. And then I just launched a women-focused virtual networking group to help you grow any business. And so
that is awesome. Okay, let me write that. What's it called?
It's called the Real Women Community, and it literally just launched a couple hours ago.
Oh, okay, good. So what we'll do is we'll get the link for that, the Real Women Community. Okay. Yeah. We'll get you guys the link for that, and we'll put it in the comments or maybe in the post description, or you can connect with her. Or you know what I could do, Nellie, if you get it to me, what I can do is I'll do a broadcast after this, you guys, and I will send it out, the replay of the video, and I'll send out the link for that. Okay. And then everybody can look at it and see what's involved with becoming a part of it. But I am all about tribes and all about them finding a place where they feel supported. Because believe it or not, even if you're in network marketing and you feel like, you know, you've got a team and stuff, there's a lot of inconsistency with that, where people maybe don't have the upline support, or they maybe aren't getting the help that they need. And that's why I think people are drawn to me. But it would be really cool for them to tap into something a little bit more structured like that, such as the Real Women Community. So that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I share the model with you really quickly?
Yes.
And all your viewers? So,
yes.
And I'm sure this is really going to land with you because of what you're up to. So what I see with women is they have the most amazing products. They have the most amazing services, but then they're like, how do I sell? Like, who do I sell to? And then what do? We start frantically messaging a ton of people that do not know us and will ghost us, or, you know, not respond.
Yeah.
And it's just not the way to do sales. And so the community is, you have to apply to be in it. And because I want to make sure the right women are in it, but it's all about giving. So rather than me, it's what woman can I support? Could we do a video interview? How can I, you know, support you? And then in return, it will help grow your business in so many different ways.
Oh my God, I have chills. Like, seriously, over and over again. Like, that's why I'm just like, people are like, how have you had success so fast? I'm like, literally, I stopped cold messaging. First of all, I stopped.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So everyone who's still trying it, doesn't work. It can work for some people, but how do you feel about that? Right? Like, energetically, does it feel good? Not really. And so I find that, like, even though I say it over and over, sometimes people don't hear it. So I think it would be nice coming from you. But once I switched to really serving people and thinking, what could I give this person? Like, they're struggling with this thing. Could I point him to a book, or point him to a YouTube inspirational video? Like, when I shifted to that, what happened? Right? It's crazy. Yeah. Boom. Like, just amazing. And so, plus, all of you that follow me, you guys all have huge hearts. Like, you're attracted to me because I'm genuine and authentic, which means you are. So that's going to go right in line with what this network is all about. I am so excited about this. Well, I'm in. I want to be a part of it. Anything I can do to be an advocate for it, let me know. Now, one thing that you said, a couple of things. First of all, you guys, we're going to have to find out about this. But let me just mention something you said. I loved how you said you blindly figured it out. So I went to the Grant Cardone 10X conference a month ago, and Bethany Frankel was speaking, and she single-handedly, she coordinated the largest effort of relief for a disaster, not knowing anything. She'd never done it before. She's like, well, how do I get relief to this in Puerto Rico, I think it was. And they were like, you need a plane. She's like, I don't know how to have a plane. So she's asking everybody. She had got everybody on board, had like 53 planes come in. It was the largest relief effort ever in history, or in a period of time or whatever. And she said, you know what I do? I just build the rocket ship while I'm flying. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, how would she know how to do that? And I feel like with you, because you are a trailblazer and you've had success, is that you're not trying to know everything. Like, you're not waiting until you know how to do a nonprofit, or waiting until you know how to do a network marketing, a network community like that. So you were recognized as the top 40 under 40 for Glamour magazine. Is that correct?
Those are two separate. So I've been featured in
tell me about that.
Yeah. So I was featured in Glamour magazine as a hometown hero, which was really cool. Like, I remember getting the email right before we got married, and I was just like, wait, is this fair? Like, did Glamour magazine email me? Like, it was just was really cool. And then the 40 under 40, I was one of the youngest to be nominated and receive an award for that. And those things are awesome. And it's just, I think sometimes we want those things, and you just got to like put your blinders on, because those things will come. And they're such a great gift when they do come and you don't expect them. And just focusing on your actions rather than like, how do I get an award? Like, I want to be in Glamour magazine. You do the actions, and then all of that awesomeness will come. That's
great. And even too, like, building a team, because a lot of these people that follow me they're in direct sales, most of them, but we also have coaches too. So we're going to talk about your coaching. But I think sometimes people think, well, I want a big team, or I want those things, or I want to get that money, and I want those ranking advancements. And I think that people don't realize a lot of times that it's what you do every day that gets you there. And one day you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I've built this huge organization, or, oh my gosh, wow, I achieved that thing. Like, nobody just like wakes up and you like have success. Like, it's like the day in and the day out, and the website crashed. Like, just literally like 10 minutes before my lives on Monday night, my assistant's like, the website just crashed. And I was like holding Elise, my 3-year-old. I'm trying to like do something with Addison. And my husband's like, why are you on your laptop? And I'm like, my website crashed, and it's like, we're getting ready to launch these 2 new things. And it's like, people don't know that it's like that day in and day out, and the tenacity and the perseverance. So tell me a little bit about, with your coaching and the direction that you're going with that. What spurred that for you? Like, how do you decide what you're going to do, I guess? Like, what do you just like intuitively notice it? Do you see a need in your audience? Like, how do you figure out what your next steps are?
Yeah, I think first and foremost is to be surrounded by amazing people, because that energy will spark so much creativity and so much positive energy that the ideas will come. And so with the women's conference, that was not even on my goals for 2019. And I literally was driving home after speaking to women in construction, and just hearing their struggles and hearing what's happening still in 2019 with the freaking glass ceiling. Like, I'm like, this is not okay. Like, what? Right. Kind of like Bethany Frankel on a much different scale, but like, what can I do? I have a network of people. I have resources. Like, what can I do to take a stand and, lock arms with a ton of women? And so I think being open to different goals and being open to creating change is really important, to be able to listen to yourself and say, like, what is my heart telling me to do? Like, the intuition is so key. And I think in order to have the right intuition, it's being surrounded by people and also feeding your brain with a lot of good information.
Oh my gosh, there's like so much stuff. Okay, so 2 questions with that is, what could you say to people right now listening? Because I know these women, like, I know, like, it makes me want to cry when I think about some of their struggles. But what would you say to the ones that want it so bad, but like they have maybe a negative spouse, or they can't financially get on their own 2 feet, and they just want it, but they don't have that support. They don't even like believe in themselves. Like, what would you say to them to get them like going in that direction?
Am I allowed to cuss to your people?
Yes, earmuffs, everyone.
Okay, if you have children around, mute it for a second. But you've got to fucking do it. Like, you get to create your support. And I know it's easier said than done, but if it's to be, it's up to you. And so instead of having victim stories of like, my spouse doesn't support me, or none of my friends, all my friends think this is so silly that I'm trying to grow a business and have, while I have babies, like, that always pisses me off. You can be a mom and have a business, and you can design it the way you want to. And it's okay to be on your computer for 5 minutes to do something for your business, because that's supporting your family. And so we've got to quiet those voices, whether they're other people or they're in our heads, because if nothing changes, nothing will change. And so by you creating all of these victim stories of like, nothing is happening, nothing's working, we get to step into, what do I want? And create that energy, and then the right people will come on board. Your spouse, by seeing you motivated and walking the walk of like, oh, I just got a bonus. And he'll be like, what? Yeah. and be like, I just paid for the groceries for this week. And it's like, okay, like nothing speaks more than your actions. Like the more you walk the walk, the more people will walk with you and rise to the top.
Oh, I love that. More that you walk the walk, people will walk with you. That's awesome. So I love that so much. And when because like, I can't tell you how many people are like, well, my family's sick. And I'm like, yeah, people get sick. Christmas comes every freaking year. Summer, the schedules are off. Like, stop with the excuses, because I don't say it to be impressing anyone, but impress upon you. Like, I had so many challenges against me, even mentally. Like, I had to go through therapy to be able to overcome, some bad habits that were holding me back. And I wanted it that bad that I was like, I'm going to do whatever it freaking takes to make it happen, which meant less sleep, which meant telling my husband, I'm sorry, I'm going to be in my office all Saturday. Like, I know you don't get it. You just have to trust me. And so by doing that, I started to believe myself. Like, at first it was like BS in my mind, because those old programming was like, what are you doing? You're not going to stick with it. You're going to give up. Like, this isn't even a real business. Like, like all that stuff pops in. And then when you just keep doing it, suddenly like the flip switches and you start believing in yourself and you start having momentum. And then the conversation changes where I'm like, guess what? Here's my plan. This is the money I'm making, and this is how I'm getting us out of all the debt. Oh, guess what? Here's a check we're paying off your truck. Here's $7,000. My husband was like, his jaw dropped because he didn't know. He was like, where'd that money come from? I'm like, from me being on my computer. Like, I promise you, this isn't pretend, but what does that do? He starts to go, oh yeah, go ahead and go in your office. Like, I'll watch the kids, right? Like, cool. Like, I support you. You're happy wife, happy life. But I've gone through that where I get it, like the demons and all that. So what, I feel like you it appears that you just always have had a strong mindset. Is there anything you've had to go through or with clients when you're coaching them? Like, what can people do to strengthen their mindset?
Absolutely. I think every day it's a choice. I have anxiety. I have struggles just like everyone. But what keeps me going is there's been so many successful people. Like, there's always going to be somebody that has more success than you. And I look at them and I look up to them. Like, they've also been through struggles. And it's like I talked about earlier, it's changing the victim stories to be your victory and really working through them every single day. It's a choice. Like, Oprah doesn't wake up every single day and be like, life is so easy. It's so awesome. Like, I would have to guess that she still has struggles. And so it's really listening to, okay, what is going on and what can I do about it to make it better? And so sometimes that is a personal day, or I really gotta stay up late tonight to work, and I get to do that so I can grow my business and support my family the way I want to support them. And so I think it's being around good people, like I've talked about. It's feeding your mind with good information, and then it's taking a whole lot of action. Mm-hmm. And when you can do that, I really believe, I think we get to let go of not knowing what's going to happen next, because that's what stops us of like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get that rank promotion, or I don't know if I'm going to get that bonus, or I don't know if I'm going to get the clients that I'm looking to get. But by you showing up with high energy, you're so focused, you're doing everything that it takes, you're learning, you're growing, the results will come. They really will. Will they happen overnight? No, maybe not. I don't know. But it's a numbers game. If you do that consistently, if you did that for the rest of March, like let's look short term. Like, if you said, okay, these are my business hours, this is what I'm committing to doing, and stop worrying about the rank and the promotion. The rank and the promotion, or the clients, or fill in the blank, it will come. If you focus more on your actions and track your actions every single day, it does not mean you have to be perfect, but be as consistent as you possibly can be. Yes, that's so powerful. And I was at a mastermind retreat with Rob Sperry, and he said his opening thing was, your minimums become your maximums. And so he's like, every day for 10 years, I haven't skipped personal development. Every day for 10 years. And the guy travels, he was in 9 different countries in 2 months or something, but every day, because he's that committed, knowing that he has to protect his mind, right? And do his devotionals and the things that is important to him. So what are your minimums? You have to decide, like you said, set your business hours and look at your activity, because that's what you can control. You can't control if somebody says yes or no, but you can control,
your efforts on social media, that you are showing up intentionally. I just did a training on that. Or how many people did you reach out to? Are you following up? That's a big one, because entrepreneurs were like ADD, so we're not awesome at follow up. But did you follow up? That person that you told them you were going to send them a sample to try, did you send the sample, right? And so a lot of times tracking your activity makes you honest, because sometimes people just go, like you said, okay, the end of March comes and they're like, nothing has happened for me. I didn't grow. Well, let's open up your planner. Let's look at your activity, and there's not anything in it. So I think when you track your activity, the results will come, because they always do. We don't know when they come, and that's not your job. The when is never your job. It's always going to happen, and it's perfect timing for yourself and the greater good, but you are in control of your activity. So I think that's a really good action step for you guys, is to figure out what are your daily minimums with activity base. And activity can be mindset work. It can say, okay, I'm going to write down 10 things I'm grateful for every morning. Or it can be, I'm going to reach out to 10 new people, or whatever. But what are your minimums activity wise? And just challenge yourself to do it every single day from now until the end of March is a challenge for yourself. I love that. That's awesome.
And I can almost guarantee you, if you do this, you will see growth in so many different ways. Growth in yourself and your mindset, growth in your network, and perhaps even your bank account. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good side effect. So I always like to ask the question, like, if you could go back to yourself when you first started on your entrepreneurial venture, and now that you know what you know with all the success you've had and in starting new things and seeing how those grow, what would you say to yourself when you were first starting out? Because like you said, you didn't really know what you were doing, but you just kind of went for it. Now that you have some discernment, like, what would you say? What advice would you give that person? Your earlier self?
I would say never give up. There were so many times where when it got hard, I got so close to giving up. And I have met so many amazing families that have been through so much. I've met so many amazing friends because of all this. And what is giving up going to do, right? Anyways. And so I think that's the biggest thing. And one of the things I love that I've heard a lot recently is it's okay not to be the smartest person in the room. You should actually not be the smartest person in the room. And so I think just really being okay with delegating and learning from other people, instead of like in the beginning of my journey, I was like trying to hold on to everything. Like, no, I want to do it. It has to be me. And, it was a really hard beginning because of that.
Mm-hmm. That's very sage advice. And, it is completely normal. It is normal to want to quit. Like, that's normal. And you'll think, I just was doing a call this morning, a discovery call with somebody on Zoom, just talking about her business and everything. And she's like, I just want to know, I want to ask you, should I be doing this? Like, am I cut out for network marketing? And I'm like, yes, everybody is. If you want it and you don't quit, it's for everybody. That's what's so awesome about it. Being an entrepreneur is for everybody. Okay. Being an entrepreneur who is successful is somebody who consistently takes action and doesn't quit. And that's pretty much it. As long as you keep taking action, figure it out as you go along, feed your mind good stuff, hang out with the positive, uplifting mentors, and don't quit, you will get there every single time. So how can people find you? I'm going to show your name on the screen so everybody can. It's Corriveau, right?
Yes. I am.
Corriveau.
Yes, I am most active on my Facebook profile page.
Right.
I made the choice for myself. I was, on Instagram and Facebook, and in the moment, instead of having a scarcity mindset, I said, you know what, I'm going to go all in with Facebook, because I have a 16-month-old that I'm chasing around. And so just like, maybe this will resonate with one of your viewers. Like, I had to step into, it's okay not to be everywhere, so I can be all in on one thing. And it has drastically changed my energy levels, lowered my stress levels, and my business is seeing positive results from it. And so I think just really it's listening to your intuition. And I want to throw out there, if you have not read The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster.
I haven't read that.
Oh my gosh. So it is, I listened to it on Audible a few years ago, and I get to re-listen to it because it just talks about your business, the biggest businesses in the world, like Starbucks, Nike. It's going to be up and down. And so what I see with network marketing in particular, or even just solo entrepreneurs, service anything, is when the going gets tough, we want to quit. But what we don't realize is with every breakdown comes like this amazing breakthrough.
Oh, I love that.
And if we can just hold on the roller coaster and know that that breakthrough is coming, that victory feels so freaking amazing. Like when you got your promotion and when you're on Facebook Live, you know how hard you worked. You know that you put in the hours, and I'm sure even given up things to be able to do that. And it just like, when you go up, it's like, it feels so amazing.
Oh yeah, I love that. I'm totally gonna snag that book. I'm a huge Audible fan, by the way, too. And I agree with you with pick one thing and be awesome at it. Like I'm always like, guys, don't try to do everything. Don't try to learn everything at once. So I'll show your screen again. So you guys can friend her and connect with her. And then for those that are watching, go ahead and put link in the comments. ManyChat will message you guys what I have going on right now. I have an Instagram workshop on the 14th, and I have a Facebook groups workshop because the algorithm has changed. So growing your Facebook groups and even just prospecting has changed, and it's really hard to do. So I've continued to just be successful with this. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So I'm doing a promo. There's a promo code in Messenger that you'll get. You can get one workshop and get the other half off, and you'll have access to the replay for life. And then I have a sugar detox starting Monday. So for those that are really struggling with even just cravings and feeling a little out of control, it's often just a candida overgrowth. So I'm going to explain that to you guys, but we're not going to I'm not going to be like, you can't eat anything. So don't worry. So I'm going to go over that right now in my group, Rockin' the Fab Life, but that starts on Monday. A lot of you were asking me about it. So I'll have prizes and stuff like that. So the challenge starts on Monday for that. So Nellie, thank you so much for being on today. You're just amazing.
I have a free gift for you, and then I have a free gift for your followers, if that's okay.
What is it?
So your free gift is this. It says Gold Digger on it.
I love it.
So I drink so much more water when I drink it out of a straw. So this is for you.
Thank you.
And then for everyone that's watching, if I can support your team or just you in general and do a video interview, I'd be happy to gift that to you. And just private message me on my Facebook page. I don't have all the answers, but I've learned a lot, and I'm told I'm very motivating. So if I can support you anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys, and if you don't have your own team, connect her with your upline, like whoever actually has a team page. Connect her with them, because people who lead groups are always looking for content and offering value to their team, and it helps to hear it from somebody else often, like I said. So she would be able to come in there and do that. Okay, guys, thanks again, Nellie. You guys have a great rest of the day. Listen to everything that she said. Let's crush it. And I'll see you guys over in Rockin' the Fab Life if you guys want to hop in there. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye, Kimberly.